యాక్చువల్లీ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ దేనికోసం యూజ్ చేస్తాం, ఇండెఫినెట్ ఎందుకు అరేజ్ అవుతుంది, ఇదంతా కూడా మనం ఎట్ ద ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఆఫ్ ఇండెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్స్ మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. అండ్ నౌ వీఆర్ ఎట్ వాట్, definite integrals. Okay, first point, since we are discussing every chapter as points, first point related to the definite integrals. For suppose, see, just look here, integral of 2x dx is equals to, integral of 2x dx is equals to, see, some x square plus c. మనకు తెలుసు కదా, integral of 2x dx is equals to some x square plus c, whereas the c is indefinite integration constant. మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం ఆల్రెడీ ఎట్ ద ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఆఫ్ ఇండెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్స్. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఇండెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ కాన్స్టెంట్, ఆర్ సింప్లీ వి సే కాన్స్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. And that c is different depending upon the curve, depending upon the requirement of the problem. Okay, so is c value, sometimes it may be 1, sometimes it may be 2, it may be 3, it is depending upon the situation. Okay, so ఆ c value ni చాలా పాసిబిలిటీస్ c ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఇన్ కేస్ మనం ఆ c వాల్యూని ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా మెన్షన్ చేయగలిగితే అది డెఫినెట్. ఆ c కి చాలా పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా మనం c వాల్యూ చెప్పలేకపోతున్నాం కాబట్టి ఇట్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ఇండెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. ఇండెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్, డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఒక ఫంక్షన్కి మనం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తే రిజల్టెంట్ ఫంక్షన్కి చాలా పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉంటాయి. బికాజ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఏ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఈస్ 0, సో చాలా పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ పాసిబిలిటీస్ అన్నీ కూడా జస్ట్ ఒక కాన్స్టెంట్ డిఫరెన్స్తో మెయింటైన్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. అలా చాలా పాసిబిలిటీస్ కాకుండా ఒక పర్టికులర్ పాసిబిలిటీని కన్ఫర్మ్ చేయగలిగితే ఇట్ కమ్స్ అండర్ డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. సో టు కన్ఫర్మ్ దట్ కాన్స్టెంట్ వీ నీడ్ సమ్ అడిషనల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఫర్ సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈస్ లైక్ దిస్, ఇంటిగ్రల్ ఆఫ్ 2x dx is equals to f of x. Integral of 2x dx is equals to f of x, and f of 0 is equals to 3. Then find f of x. For suppose if this is our question, integral of 2x dx is equals to f of x. So we know that integral of 2x dx is nothing but what, x square plus c. Since it is x square plus c, therefore f of x is equals to x square plus c. And since f of x is equals to x square plus c, this is indefinite. To find this c, to make this indefinite integration to definite, we need some additional information to find c, and that additional information is given as f of 0 is equals to 3. Now if you replace x with 0, f of 0 is equals to 0 square plus c, replacing x with 0. And since f of 0 is 3 given, so 3 is equals to c. Since 3 is equals to c, therefore f of x, the question is about finding f of x, which is nothing but x square plus 3. Since f of x is x square plus 3, hence integral of 2x dx is equals to x square plus 3. Then this is definite integration, and that is indefinite integration. Okay, usually indefinite integrals involves with a constant of integration, and if there is a chance to fix that constant value, then it comes under definite integration. Okay, right. And now at this definite integration we use some notations to find the constant value. We use some notations in definite integrals, and that notations are simply, if integral f of x dx is equals to capital F of x plus a c, it's a constant of integration. Okay, so then if anybody says integral of f of x dx at a, integral of f of x dx at a, then it is simply nothing but capital F of a plus a c, because at a we are finding f of a plus c. At a means ila mention cheyalsi untadi, notation observe cheyali. Or sometimes if anybody asks you to find integral f of x dx at a, is again f of a plus c. So a అనేదాన్ని ఈ అప్పర్ సైడ్ అయినా ఇండికేట్ చేయొచ్చు, ఆర్ దిస్ లోయర్ సైడ్ అయినా ఇండికేట్ చేయొచ్చు. And again another notation, another important notation here we need to note down is, yeah, here I will mention, integral a to b f of x dx. integral a to b f of, this is just a notation, what I am saying is a notation, okay, notation, that means we need to follow that notation, okay. Integral a to b f of x dx is nothing but, okay, nothing but integral b f of x dx minus integral a f of x dx is usually the notation. So this upper limit integral at that upper limit b minus integral at that lower limit a. Upper limit at b, see if it is a, f of a plus c, if it is b, f of b plus c, and here a, so f of a plus c. So we need to subtract those two, you will get that f of b minus f of a. If we know integral of f of x dx as some capital F of x plus c, then integral a to b f of x dx is nothing but the resultant function won't change, but we need to write the answer as resultant function at upper limit minus resultant function at lower limit. See, this is something about introduction to the definite integration. Just have a look. So second point of definite integration. See, in first point we discussed about the basic idea of definiteness as well, annotation. Integral a to b f of x dx is capital F of b minus f of a if integral of small f is capital F or derivative of capital F is small f. That's the first point. And the next point is the geometrical idea of this definite integral. Integral a to b f of x dx means what it is meant geometrically. Geometrically, integral a to b f of x dx is the algebraic sum of areas of regions bounded by a continuous function y is equals to f of x and x-axis as well, x is equals to a and x is equals to b. See, I mentioned you 4 boundaries, okay. In between these 4 boundaries, if there is some area, to calculate that measurement of the area, we use integral a to b f of x dx, okay. So definite integration ki area ki connection enti ane vishayam gurinchi next chapter definite integrals tarvata applications of integrals areas ane chapter untundi, and in detail I will discuss about this connection between area and this definite integral at that chapter actually, okay. But we use this basic idea and we use this notation to generate different properties now at definite integrals. Actually mathematics man step by step theoretical develop chestuntaru. Actually applications of integrals is the main purpose of the integration. The name itself is suggesting applications of integrals. Applications anni aa chapter lo untayi and we usually call it as areas. ఆ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటిగ్రల్స్ బాగా తెలియాలి అంటే, బాగా చేయగలగాలి అంటే మనం బిఫోర్ దట్ వీ నీడ్ టు నో అబౌట్ డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్స్. అండ్ డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్స్ మనం బాగా చేయాలి అంటే వీ నీడ్ టు నో అబౌట్ వాట్ ఇండెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. ఇట్స్ ఎ స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ ప్రాసెస్ టు రీచ్ ద యాక్చువల్ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఇంటిగ్రల్, ఓకే రైట్. ఎట్ దట్ పాయింట్ I will mention the connection between areas and definiteness, and now you just memorize that the geometrical idea of this integral a to b f of x dx is simply nothing but area bounded between these 4 regions. Y is equals to f of x, x-axis, x is equals to a and x is equals to b. Okay, and now see, just have a look. I will give you the picture, a rough diagram here. For suppose, see, look here, y is equals to f of x is a curve, and in between a b we need to locate. Somewhere we have a on x-axis, somewhere we have b on x-axis. We need to use these 4 boundaries now. Y is equals to f of x. For suppose if this is the function, y is equals to f of x. Okay, this is the first boundary, and the next boundary is x-axis. So this line itself is the boundary, and the next boundaries are x is equals to a and x is equals to b. At a, you need to draw a vertical line which is x is equals to a. At b, draw another vertical line, it means x is equals to b. And see, just look here, the area which is bounded in this region, which is bounded by those 4, x is equals to a, x is equals to b, x-axis and y is equals to f of x. This area is simply nothing but integral a to b f of x dx. To find this area we use definite integral, and this definite integral geometrically represents this particular area. That's it. The curve may be in different ways, and that's why we are using the word algebraic sum. Okay, for suppose if you have a curve of this form, right? Okay, see if this is x-axis, right? If maybe the graph of that y is equals to f of x maybe like this. Somewhere we need to locate a and b also. X is equals to a and x is equals to b. So take here as a and somewhere here b. For suppose if this is the graph of y is equals to f of x, then area bounded between this y is equals to f of x, this is x-axis, and the line at x is equals to a and x is equals to b. So yeah, to give you much clarity, I am just excuse me. And now the area bounded between this curve x-axis and x is equals to a, x is equals to b is this. To find this shaded area, we usually use integral a to b f of x dx. Okay. For suppose you just say area of this region as a1, area of this region as a2, area of this region as a3, then integral a to b f of x dx is now nothing but a1 minus a2 plus a3. This represents integral a to b f of x. See, algebraic sum of the areas is simply nothing but for the regions above x-axis we need to use plus sign, and whereas for the regions below x-axis we need to use minus sign. a1 minus a2 plus a3 represents integral a to b f of x dx. Whereas here in this case the region is completely above x-axis, so just use that area as integral a to b f of x dx. Either for this type of functions or for that type, basically integral a to b f of x dx is simply nothing but area, and that area is bounded between four boundaries, and those four boundaries are y is equal to f of x, x-axis, x is equals to a and x is equals to b. This idea of connecting definite integration with areas is very important in generating properties, and those properties are helpful in solving problems now at definite integration. And again we will discuss this how we connected that area and definite integration, and what are the practical usages of this definite integrals in finding the areas of different curves under different areas of different curves bounded between the curve and x-axis in the next chapter, areas. First of all, observe this geometrical idea of definite integration. Now finally, from the first 2 points of definite integration, we have in our hands that integral a to b f of x dx is capital F of b minus f of a, and that value geometrically equals to the area bounded by the curve with x-axis as well, x is equals to a and x is equals to b. Now in third point I am going to give you some examples. Okay, ఈ విషయాన్ని మిమ్మల్ని మీ చేత నమ్మించడం కోసం నేను కొన్ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇస్తాను. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఏం చేయబోతున్నాం అంటే యాక్చువల్ డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ వాల్యూ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేద్దాం బై యూజింగ్ ది నోటేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. అలానే జామెట్రికల్ గా ఆ ఏరియా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేద్దాం, అండ్ దెన్ ఇఫ్ దిస్ టూ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ దెన్ సెకండ్ పాయింట్ మనం యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయొచ్చు కదా. So to accept that second point and the connection between definite integration and the area, I am going to discuss few examples now. Integral 2 to 4 to x minus 1 dx. First of all, try to calculate its value. Integral 2 to 4 2x minus 1 dx is simply nothing but basically what is its integration? Okay, 2x minus 1 dx. Okay, 2 into x square by 2 minus x is the integral. Since we are dealing with definite integration, no need to use that constant of integration, and simply use these limits, lower limit 2 and upper limit 4. So this is equals to, as we discussed, first of all we need to replace upper limit minus replace value, functional value by replacing lower limit. So this is equals to, see 2 and 2 gets cancelled, right? Simply it is x square minus x. When you replace upper limit 4 square minus 4 minus replace lower limit 2 square minus 2. This is equals to 16 minus 4 is 12 minus 4 minus 2 is 2, that is equals to 10. So integral 2 to 4 to x minus 1 dx is 10 x then. And now see, observe how it is related to the area. Area of bounded by this curve with x is equals to 2, x is equals to 4 and x-axis. To measure this value as 10 from area's point of view, we need to sketch the graph of this y is equals to 2x minus 1. Okay, We need to sketch the graph of y is equals to 2x minus 1. Just like this, y is equals to f of x. So what is the graph of y is equal to 2x minus 1? We are good at coordinate geometry, right? This is just simply a straight line. Replace x with 0. We will get y as minus 1. Somewhere here it is minus 1. Replace y with 0 and x is simply 1 by 2. So somewhere we have 1 by 2 here. And the line passing through these 2 points. This is the line y is equals to 2x minus 1. And now in between 2 to 4. Area bounded between the curve y is equals to f of x. This line with x-axis and with x is equals to 2 and 4. Somewhere we have 2 here and somewhere we have 4 here. At 2 you just draw a vertical line. At 4 you just draw a vertical line, and this area we need to calculate now. Okay. See, since it is 2, what you say about this particular point? There is a point on the graph of this y is equal to 2x minus 1 and x is equals to 2. So if you replace x with 2, you will get y value as 3. So this point is 2 comma 3. And in the same way, if it is 4, what to say about the coordinates of this point? At x is equals to 4, we are going to mention 4 2 is 8 minus 1 is 7. So this point is 7. And now what to say about that area? Just have a look. This point is 2 comma 3. So this is 3. This point is 4 comma 7. This vertical length is 7. And whereas this is 2 and this is 4, the distance between these two is 2. And now when you observe, see how to calculate this particular area. If you observe, this area forms a trapezium here, right? What is the area of trapezium? We know that area of the trapezium has half h of a plus b. Tells you the area of trapezium. So now this is equals to half. H is the distance between these two parallel lines as 2 and a plus b. A plus b is simply sum of the parallel sides, which is 3 plus 7. Okay, basically 7th class mensuration. Cancel out these two, you left with 10. So this area is 10 and this integral value is 10. The integral value find out చేయడం కోసం మనం ఏరియాస్ యూజ్ చేయలేదు కదా, ఇక్కడ చేసాము ఇక్కడ. అండ్ దెన్ ఈ ఏరియా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడం కోసం మనం ఎక్కడ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ వాడలేదు కదా, సింప్లీ డయాగ్రామ్ డ్రా చేసాము, ఏరియా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసాము. అంటే ఏరియా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడం కోసం యాక్చువల్గా ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ వాడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, అండ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ వాల్యూ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడం కోసం ఏరియాస్ వాడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. బట్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ రెండు ఈక్వల్ అని మనకు తెలుసో అప్పుడు మనం యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇఫ్ ద కర్వ్ ఇస్ బిట్ డిఫరెంట్, దెన్ డైరెక్ట్గా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడం కంటే ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ యూజ్ చేస్తే వర్క్ ఈజీ అవుతుంది. యాజ్ వెల్ ఇఫ్ ద ఫంక్షన్ ఇస్ బిట్ కాంప్లికేటెడ్, దెన్ డైరెక్ట్గా ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడం కంటే ఏరియాస్ యూజ్ చేస్తే వర్క్ ఈజీ అవుతుంది. సో బిఫోర్ గోయింగ్ టు సాల్వ్ దోస్ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ we need to fix that. మనం నమ్మాలి ముందు ఏంటంటే దిస్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ a to b f of x dx is equals to that area అనేది. Actual theory, there is a theory to develop the relation between that area and the definite integration. I will discuss that theory and we call it as first fundamental theorem of calculus, and I will discuss that fundamental theorem of integral calculus at the first class of next chapter. Okay, but before that you need to understand that area is equals to this integral value. Okay, have a look. So next thing, I am going to calculate the area of circle of radius r. Area of circle of radius r is nothing but pi r square. So we are very familiar. But now I am going to find that pi r square using definite integration technique. So first of all, you need to consider a function, a curve which represents a circle of radius r. Usually x square plus y square is equals to r square is a circle of radius r from coordinate geometry, and this circle is of radius r and with center 0 comma 0. When you observe this graph of r, the shape of the circle in coordinate system, center is 0 comma 0 and radius is r. Okay, so there is a chance to sketch a circle like this. So this is a circle and now its area is pi r square, clearly since radius is r. Now I am going to calculate that area pi r square using our definite integration trick. So it's simply just have a look. This is 0, right? This is r. So now I will try to calculate this area first. I will try to calculate this area, and then if you multiply that area with 4, it generates the total area. So area of the circle of radius r is pi r square, and now from the graph our required area is simply nothing but 4 into see this area. So what is this area? This area is bounded between this curve as well x-axis as well this line x is equals to 0 and this line x is equals to r. Okay, so this area is what? Again I am giving you the four boundaries. This curve x-axis, x is equals to 0 and x is equals to r. What is the curve now? So for that curve you need to convert y is equals to f of x form. So what is that y is equals to f of x format from this graph? See, y is equals to root of r square minus x square, right? So this is y is equals to f of x. So we need to find this area by calculating integral of this function between the boundaries 0 and r, because just like x is equals to a and x is equals to b, we have 0 and r. So that required area is 4 times of this area. This area is integral 0 to r root of r square minus x square dx. Okay, that's what we need to calculate. What is root of r, integral for the root of r square minus x square dx? 4 into, okay, root of a square minus x square, x by 2 into root of r square minus x square plus a square by 2. A square by 2 means r square by 2 into sine inverse of x by r. This is the standard formula for this integral. Okay, so andukane cheptunna manam to solve the problems or to solve the to find definite integrals, we need the standard integration formula for indefinite. Avanni telusundali between the boundaries 0 and r. So this is equals to 4 into, just simply substitute upper limit r minus lower limit. If you substitute upper limit r, what will happen? See, directly just have a look. ఇక్కడ మనం అప్పర్ లిమిట్ x ప్లేస్ లో r తీసుకుంటే r స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ r స్క్వేర్ ఇస్ 0 అండ్ ఇక్కడ మనం r తీసుకుంటే ఏమవుతుంది? r స్క్వేర్ బై 2 ఇంటూ sin inverse of r by r is 1. So this is totally upper limit minus lower limit 0 రీప్లేస్ చేస్తే ఎక్కడ x ప్లేస్ లో, x ప్లేస్ లో 0 రీప్లేస్ చేస్తే this is 0, 0 into something is 0 and ఇక్కడ x ప్లేస్ లో 0 రీప్లేస్ చేస్తే sin inverse of 0 is 0. Sin inverse of 0 is what? 0. So if you use this lower limit, this second term is 0 as well this first term is 0, everything is 0, so this is simply 0 and this is equals to 4 into r square by 2 into sin inverse of 1 is simply nothing but pi by 2 and this 2 into 2 with 4 gets cancelled, you left with pi r square. So finally area of the circle having radius r is pi r square. We know it, but now using definite integration we found that as pi r square. So in the same way మనకు తెలుసు కాబట్టి ఈజీలీ ఓకే ఇట్ ఇస్ pi r square. Different types of curves మనం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు, not for the circle, you may take parabola, you just go with ellipse, hyperbola, different types of curves మనం తీసుకుని areas under those curves find out చేయడం కోసం మనం definite integration యూజ్ చేయాలి. Different types of curves and the way of calculating areas, everything we will discuss in the next chapter. But now here we need to learn how to calculate these definite integration values using substitution property and using some other tricks. Okay, all those things we are going to discuss one by one in this chapter, definite integration. Okay, have a look.